So something I've heard of and I've started to appreciate is MathJax. So what is MathJax? And on this website, they say MathJax is an open source JavaScript display engine for LaTeX, MathML, and ASCII math notation that works in modern browsers. And so I still really didn't truly understand what that means, but essentially for me as a math instructor, I can take my LaTeX code, so I have this text script, and I can actually try and start throw it into my Canvas pages and use it that way. Since we don't have our websites, we use Canvas pages. MathJax is in the plugin is in Canvas, and so it will actually render our text into equations, and it will be read in most cases. So the first thing is, if you're looking to start to write in this tech code, but in order to have it be more available to you in more ways, so there's a lot of tech code that will not render using MathJax or even with the toggle in MathType. But there are many websites here that will show different kind of support for different ways to write it. But I did find this one website, which I'll put the link in the description below, for tech commands that are available in MathJax. And what's great about this is it actually gives these very good layouts of how to do these longer equations, more complicated math expressions, and it shows the example of how to type it in the text, but in terms of your code, and then what it will look like. And I think that's really great because they even get into matrices and everything else that I think most of it transfers from tech, but not all of it. So this is a good way to see this. And so this page can be very helpful. Now, how does that show up in Canvas? I did show that in another page where I created from an old exam, and I just used my tech code from there. But one thing I want to point out is, although Canvas can actually render the LaTeX in pretty much every spot, so for instance, I can take the LaTeX code, and let's see if this whole one works, and I could put it in this title bar, and then hit save, and it will actually render that equation in the title bar, which looks really fantastic and cool. I think that's just awesome. It'll render it for the navigational page, so that's the navigation part, and then I have it here in the title part, and because I put it in the title, so it's going to the navigation page and the title, and then here it's in the actual body of the document. When I tried this with the screen reader, the navigation part read okay, but this title part did not read well at all, but the body of with the rendering read just fine. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to play around with putting equations in the title, they probably won't be read. So just keeping it as a regular title, LaTeX doc, and I'll keep that. That's probably the better route to go. But it is cool that it can show up anywhere. And so MathJax is the plugin, or what's going on in the background, that's allowing this to happen with the tech code that I have in the body. And it's a little bit different than the other tech code that I have in my old tech files, because those only required $1, these require 2. And then the other way to render this is if you do backslash parentheses, so left parentheses for the left side, and then backslash right parentheses for the right side, and then if you hit enter on that, then it'll show it this way. It displays as an inline instead of an actual display equation. So that's the two ways to write your equation using MathJax.